Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about the Ruck Snatch. Really, all of the technique stuff we're going to talk about is going to be extremely similar to the dumbbell and the kettlebell snatch. I'll go into muscle snatch and power snatch variations here also. But the first kind of thing here is just to note that you do want to have something. If we're throwing a bunch of weight into a backpack and throwing it around, you really want to have a backpack that's going to be able to withstand what you're doing, because there's going to be a lot of force put on that handle. So make sure you've got a backpack that is made for this. If you have questions about what type of bag I like the GORUCK Rucker. I've got links and info about it in the description of this video. But anyway, with the one arm snatch, the first thing we want to make sure we do is we're going to take that grip and we're going to make sure that the outside of the bag is facing up and the palm is facing in. That way, when we're gripping the bag here, when we go overhead with it, that smooth part is sitting on the back of my arm, and then I don't have all of this other stuff that's jangling around, smacking me in the face and annoying me in the workout. I also like to just make sure everything is clipped. I'm going for a walk later, so I didn't cinch everything up. But normally, if I was doing a workout that just had this in it, I would cinch it all up really tight in there. So with the with the Ruck Snatch, that's what we're talking about here. With the Ruck Snatch, really we're going to treat it, the start of it, just like a one-arm swing. And I'm really just trying to get a lot of pop from my legs and hips. Then once I pop it up, I'm going to pull with my arm, keep my elbow up a little high. And the real key of this thing is trying to swoop around into it as I jam my hand up. And so I'll show you one little thing I'm really thinking about here. I'm driving it up, and as I go up, so what I'm thinking about is the weight is about right here in this ruck. And what I see a lot of people do with kettlebell snatches, especially the dumbbell, is a lot easier to control. See the same thing with the Ruck Snatch, is they have that weight go all the way up and around. Let's see if I can demo one here. Up and over, and it smacks them. What we're really trying to do is think about getting that weight from here, okay, straight to that point without going any higher. So we only want to use as much effort as it takes to get our arm in that locked out position. So just visually, you can think about that weight only going to that mid forearm height up there. And then along the way, as we're going up there, we're trying to work our arm into that position. That way, weight's not going up, so we're not using too much energy on the way up, but also that way it's not slamming down on us. So that's going to be the real thing to really think about, is where is that weight sitting when you're holding it up overhead, and your goal is to make that the top point. So it goes slower, 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 goes 0 miles an hour, and that's when we're kind of shoving that arm into the position. So that's one thing to think about. Next thing is we do have a difference of power snatches and muscle snatches. So what I was just demoing there was a muscle snatch. I'll show you again. I'm jumping it up, and then I'm staying locked out with my lower body as I drive everything up. A power snatch, I'm going to jump it up, and then I'm going to squat down as instead of pulling the thing up, I'm going to kind of pull myself under it a little bit and just go receive it in a partial squat position. So I'll drive it up, go get it in that partial squat position as I get reps in here. Same thinking, but now when I catch it in that partial squat position, that top position is lower. So now I don't have to jump it as high. So why would you use one over the other? The muscle snatch takes a little bit more drive and power up. The power snatch is going to save you on that cardio a little bit, but the muscle snatch is going to be much, much faster. So what I recommend you do is play around with both of them. Know how to do both of them, because a lot of times in the middle of workouts, you'll want to try out both styles. That way you can see what fits the workout and the task you're doing better. But it's always good to have that, be able to pull under and receive it, move like we do in the clean also in your toolbox. Doesn't mean you always have to use it just because it's in the toolbox. So with the one-arm snatches here, really all we're looking for is to get that big rotated drive. We're trying to square off when we get all that power out of the legs, get that momentum, and then we're just trying to go receive it at that 0 point, creating that position overhead that looks just like that push-up position. So everything else we're doing, you can really go just look at the dumbbell or kettlebell videos that I've got for the dumbbell or for the snatches, and apply those principles to the ruck. We're just looking for leverage, solid feet, getting that good drive, and then good lockout position. So it's great exercise, especially if you're on vacation or whatever and you've got just a ruck around you. Such a good tool to have. Yeah, hope that helps. Talk to y'all soon.